Looking back at the 2010 apartment market, it reminded me quite a bit of the San Francisco 49ers 2010 season. Not the Green Bay Packers, unfortunately. It started with some expectation of a turnaround, but as the year went on, things just got worse. And unfortunately, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So before forecasting for 2011, I think it's really important to look back at 2010 and see what really happened. As many of you know, our firm, we prepare a quarterly apartment survey that it tracks projects over 80 units in the Reno Sparks market. We only do market projects, no affordable housing, senior or student housing. In the most recent fourth quarter 2010 survey, we tracked 74 projects with a total of just under 19,000 total units. The first chart I want to show you shows the average rental rate and vacancy rate histories in the Reno Sparks market on a quarterly basis between 2006 and the fourth quarter of 2010. The chart, as you can see, it shows that the real drop in average rental rates began in the first quarter of 2009. And although rental rates have fluctuated since this time, the downward trend has continued. 2010 ended the year with an average rental rate for all sizes of units at $824, and that's the lowest it's been since the first quarter of 2005. The most popular product in the apartment market continues to be one-bedroom units, and right now there's a trend for basically packing as many people as you can in a one-bedroom unit to save on rental rates. That's basically what the apartment managers have told us. The real story of the apartment market cannot be told without an analysis of concessions. During the fourth quarter of 2010, 85% of the apartment projects in our survey offered rent concessions. These generally range from discounted deposits to 1 month free rent with a 6 or 12-month contract. In a strong market, you will only see 40 to 50% of apartment projects actually offer concessions. And as you can see, at 85%, we're still well above this normal rate. Concessions can obviously have a huge impact on actual rents being generated by an apartment project. This chart shows rent concessions in comparison to the overall rent in the market between 2006 and the fourth quarter of 2010. And in the last 3 quarters, the percentage of apartment projects offering concessions has declined, but unfortunately, so has the average rental rate. The next chart shows historical concessions versus vacancy rates. And the interesting fact here is between the third and fourth quarter of 2010, we saw the largest percentage drop in apartment projects offering concessions in recent history. This resulted in a significant increase of 98 basis points in the average vacancy rate. Now it gets interesting. As for the apartment sales market, well, there's just nothing really to report. Apartment sales in 2010 were virtually non-existent in 2010. Sellers took a wait-and-see approach, and lender-owned properties have been slow to come to the market. New construction has been virtually non-existent in the market rate apartment market. However, several projects were undertaken in the affordable housing market, including the 43-unit Autumn Village project on Gentry and Rondell, the 58-unit Silver Sage at Neal Road project, and the groundbreaking of the 55-unit River Senior project on Ryland. What do all these have in common? They're all affordable projects with subsidized financing. The next chart indicates permit activity in the city of Reno for multifamily units, and as can be seen over the last 2 years, it's been basically nothing, with a vast majority of the units being constructed being affordable units. So where does that take us for 2011? Let's take a look at what we project for 2011. We feel that apartment managers will continue to test the waters in reducing concessions in 2011. However, this will result in fluctuating average rental rates and vacancy rates. We're not going to see a decline or incline. Concessions will still remain above historical normals. However, the good news is we feel that the effective rent generated in projects will increase over 2010. Basically, the average rental rate, less concessions, will be higher than in 2010. As for construction in 2011, don't expect much in the market rate realm. Several mid-sized affordable housing projects will be approved or under construction in 2011. And there will be significant competition for financing for subsidized projects in Reno. As for the sales activity in 2011, we feel that listing activity will increase. Lender-owned properties going to market could result in more transactions. Sales between willing buyers and truly willing sellers will still be limited. Buyers and lenders will continue to place increased scrutiny on the impact of concessions on actual income, and buyer expectations will be a major striking point in potential transactions, or sticking point, excuse me. In conclusion, we do expect some positive news over the next year. We think that effective rents will increase slightly, and we think there's going to be more activity in the sales department. However, we don't expect a rapid turnaround. Instead, we expect a slow, somewhat turbulent recovery, and hopefully it can't get much worse than it was in 2010. So with that, I want to thank you for listening to my spiel today, and thank you, Tim, once again, Tim.